So I think we live in times of unprecedented, unimaginable moves of the EU and NATO to Ukraine, closer to Ukraine, and other way around, the move of Ukraine closer to the EU and NATO. So the EU reacted rightly to the war of Russia in Ukraine with offering EU membership perspective and opening accession negotiations with Ukraine. This a kind of more political move was accompanied with short-term opening of EU markets to Ukrainian businesses and people that help definitely to sustain economic resilience of Ukrainian economy in times of war and avoid humanitarian disaster, as many Ukrainians forced migrants found its host kind of and security in the EU countries. So this kind of move, and then we have, of course, the NATO security support here. Even if NATO membership is out of the reach at the moment, but still we have definitely more security cooperation, more security assistance to Ukraine from the side of NATO member states. So these moves of the EU and NATO are welcomed by increasingly consolidated Ukrainian society. According to the recent public opinion polls from May 2024, we have 90% of the population that wants Ukraine to join the EU, and 84 spoke for the same joining NATO. And it's not only a kind of empty and symbolic words, there is also a kind of readiness of Ukrainian society to take action and to go, for example, through substantial reforms that would bring Ukraine closer to the EU standards. What we are still a little bit lacking is the readiness to take steps on the side of the EU and NATO to give some practical policy, internal policy reforms on the side of the EU, first of all. So let us think about what is sustainable growth. And sustainable growth is the one that is, at the moment, we have a clear understanding what it is. And it is a green, technology, intensive and loaded growth. It is just and social growth. And it is growth that is a kind of produced through integration into global markets, into European markets. So it is also growth that need to be tailored to the needs of the local societies at the same time. And these all criteria of sustainable growth will be very relevant for Ukraine's post-war reconstruction. So the other question, whether there is probably not so much clarity and agreement, is how to reach that sustainable growth. And here we have currently two pathways that are debated. The one is that we introduce the market, liberal market first of all, and then wait for invisible hand of those market forces to unfold and produce sustainable growth through the inflow of foreign direct investments into Ukraine, through the opening of the market to a kind of international competition increasingly. And one could say that this mode of economic development has indeed some potential and the need, but it is at the same time very difficult to be implemented in current Ukrainian conditions, because first we are lacking security guarantees, and the security situation is too uncertain to attract FDI to flow into Ukraine. And then this model of growth builds very much upon availability of labor forces, which is also an issue, as many Ukrainian Ukrainians fled Ukraine from Russian aggression, and as long as this war continues, so there will be the chances of these people to return will be lower. So what is the alternative model of growth? And this could be something that builds more on development and strengthening of the role of Ukrainian domestic businesses in producing the growth, and this growth need to be guided by the Ukrainian state that would reflect the needs of Ukrainian population, and to be a kind of reflexive to Ukrainian population needs. The state need to be close. So eventually the state need to be much more decentralized and be in the hands of local communities, local municipalities, and not in the state of a kind of centralized state power, which could be eventually less efficient.